Valerie Cousin here with BeGreen.org, and we're interviewing Mark Forman of Breaking New Grounds on some simple, very simple backyard composting techniques.
Yeah, what we're going to do today is figure out how to overcome three major issues with composting. A lot of folks, when they get started with composting, they worry about the odor, they worry about varmints like rats and squirrels and things like that, and they worry a lot about space. Do they have enough space to compost in? We're going to overcome that with a small food-grade bucket like this. By just drilling some holes in it, putting it up on bricks, letting it drain, kicking it over, rolling it around a little bit, and letting your food break down. All right? It was another couple, $3. And all I did was drill some holes in the bottoms and sides and the tops of them. So I want to show you how to do that now. This is a 3/8 inch bit. Just going to put some holes in the bottom. Put some in the side. You got to put these holes all over the place. You don't want to just here. You want to really get holes everywhere.
So that's to aerate it, so that it has enough action.
Exactly,
right.
Enough oxygen to get in there. Also, so that it drains. You don't want your compost to be too wet when it's breaking down, but it does have to be moist.
Would you say 10 holes in the top and the bottom?
Sure, 10 holes on top and bottom. I do a line of holes along the sides, you know, about every couple inches, and holes around there. Because what you're going to end up doing is, as your waste is breaking down in here, you're going to be flipping it upside down, right side up, on its side, rolling it in the yard. You want the lid to stay on, and you want there to be enough holes so that there's the water can drain out from any angle. All right. So after we've gotten our holes drilled in it, what we'll do then is collect our scraps, and what we use a glass jar on our kitchen countertop. And as we're preparing food all day long, we will just drop the scraps in here. And you'll see this is a good idea of what we will compost. Paper towels for cleaning up after children. Coffee filters with coffee in them. That's key. You want the coffee in there. It adds heat to your compost. Eggshells. These are awesome. They add calcium to your soil. Banana peel. Some people say don't compost banana peel. I say compost banana peel.
Some people cut them up so that they compost a little easier.
Exactly. That's a very good point. If you want things to break down a little better, a little faster.
Break your shells up.
Break your shells up, that sort of thing. I just throw it all in here.
Okay.
I got some other stuff that's been in this bucket here. Some cardboard, some paper. So it's anything that you might find in your kitchen that you're preparing your food with. Now, I do not compost prepared food, so a soup or something like that that's been cooked that maybe left over, I wouldn't compost that because I don't want to draw critters to my pile, that sort of thing. Because I do have raccoons and some possums back here. So you'll see there's a lot of coffee grounds, orange peel, some paper. I got a statement for my children's 529 plan in here. It breaks down well. It's not doing too well right now, so it's better to compost it. But the thing to keep in mind is you want a good balance of carbons and nitrogens, or browns and greens, and that's going to help mitigate that odor we were talking about earlier. Your nitrogens are the things like your banana peel, your orange, your wet stuff, the stuff that's going to make that stink as the gas escapes from those things when they're breaking down. That's the odor. With carbons, it helps mitigate those odors because those carbons absorb some of those gases and help it break down more evenly and faster. So that's the key. Is you can have a lot of nitrogens in there. It won't break down as well or as quickly if you don't have the right mix of carbons.
What's a carbon?
Oh, carbons are browns. We're talking about leaves, paper, cardboard boxes, dried. The key is it can be dried leaves, that sort of thing.
So things that are less wet. So you can just sort of think, how much dry stuff do I have compared to the wet stuff? Instead of trying to think, am I a scientist? Do I know the nitrogen carbon?
Exactly. You don't have to be so anal about it. I mean, it's going to break down anyway. Even if you don't get that mix right, it's going to break down anyway. It's going to do it on its own.
All right.
Nature has a way of working it out. So I'm going to show you some other things that we put in here. Follow me. So we're going to put some. I've got some leaves back there. They're sitting inside my house. I'll throw some of these in here. Some oak leaves. So I've got all my kitchen scraps in there. Some paper. So these are really nice carbons to add in there. Oak leaves and that sort of thing. So I've got that. Let's go collect some more stuff here. I've been working in the yard since yesterday. So I've got some clippings and things that are very slow. And what I'll do is I'll put a bunch of things. And I might break them down a little further just to have smaller bits and pieces of things and shove it down here in the bucket. And I might throw some more paper in there because we had a lot of nitrogen there. Now bear in mind you're going to want to layer this a little better than I'm doing right now. I just want to show you just as an example what we do. You're going to want to tear the paper apart like this in shreds just to make it break down a little faster, a little easier, a little more evenly as well. So what we've done really is we've layered it in there really well. We didn't just throw it in there willy-nilly like we just did. We layered it in really nicely so that the carbons and nitrogens are in a good balanced mix there.
Even though you don't have to really do anything that's too scientific. So when he's saying the balance, you know, just you're using your intuition and doing the best you can, and it's an experiment.
Exactly. What you'll do is you'll learn over time that you have you'll have an experience with your compost that will help you develop your instinct about how best to do it. So just practicing right away is the most important thing. Practice makes perfect. So after I've made my bucket and I've filled it with stuff, and it might take me a couple weeks to fill this from our kitchen scraps and everything else, what I'll then do is I'll take a couple bricks, I've got some right here, and I will put my bucket up on these bricks, and I'll fill it up with some water, just to get it all nice and moist. I'll be right back. Got a little hose right